So I've come across this situation lately. I've had buyers that I've spoken to on the phone that for some reason they don't want to work with a buyer's agent. Now, this shocks me because there's so many benefits to working with a buyer's agent, and I thought I would do this video to go over some of the most important benefits. I mean, there's a ton. I can sit here and talk for hours, but I feel there's top 3 most important ones that I wanted to go over today. So number 1, it is absolutely free, F-R-E-E, free to be represented by a buyer's agent. Why? Because the seller pays all the fees. They pay the buyer's agent fees and they pay the selling agent's fees. So if you're thinking of buying a property, why in the world would you try to go at it on your own when you can work with someone that's experienced and understands the process? So what does a buyer's agent do? They not only go show you properties, they also make sure that they inspect the property when they're there with you to ask important questions about the property. Once you find that one property that you like, they prepare the contract for you. A good agent, for example, when I prepare an offer, I make sure that all the contingencies are in the contract that are going to protect my client. So I take care of all the legal side of the transaction. You don't have to hire an attorney. You have a real estate agent that can represent you for free. So once your offer gets accepted, that's phase 2 of the transaction. What does your buyer's agent do? They make sure your transaction coordinate everything. So they coordinate inspections, they get in touch with the title company, the lender, to make sure that everything is running the way it's supposed to. That if there's any hiccups, they make sure to handle them. And at the end of the day, they make sure to get you from A to Z. So they start you by finding your property and they get you to the closing table. And that costs you absolutely nothing. I mean, that in itself should be a reason why you should just say, hey, I'm gonna work with a buyer's agent. So that's 1. Reason number 2, top reason number 2 is that they negotiate for you. Now, not all agents are created equals. There are some agents that won't put effort towards negotiating for the client. That's not the case with a good agent. For example, I make sure to always negotiate for my clients. Why? Because I want to make sure to save you money and I want to make sure that you get a good deal. So right now we're still in a competitive market. So one of the important parts of negotiating is not only saving you money on the front end, but it's also getting your offer accepted. We are competing many times with 5-6 offers. So I've been through this scenario of presenting offers many times, and I know tricks and ways to get your offer accepted. So that's number 1. There's also going to be an inspection. So there is usually certain things that come up in the inspection. What does a good agent do? Negotiates for you. What happens if the property doesn't appraise? The bank is only going to lend you what it appraises for. Now, many buyers without an agent won't know how to handle this situation. An agent has been through this many times. A good agent will let you know the comparables so you're close to the value of what it appraised at. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen that way, but a good agent will negotiate for you during the appraisal time. So top reason number 3, problem solvers. So a good and experienced agent knows that a real estate transaction, unfortunately, is not that simple. They're complex. Every now and then I get that unicorn transaction that's perfect from A to Z. You know, there's absolutely no challenges, but that doesn't happen very often. So as a real estate agent, you have to be solution oriented. Whether it's an issue that came up during the inspection, whether it's an issue that came up during the loan process, whether it's a title defect. And I don't like to call it issues because they're not really issues. They're just challenges that are part of a real estate transaction. So as a real estate agent, what my job is to have constant communication with all the parties involved. Communication is key to make sure that the transaction gets to the closing table. And I make sure to be solution oriented. Many of these challenges I've been through already, and a good experienced agent has been through these challenges already and knows how to solve them. But if they don't, then they'll find a solution. That's the key when working with somebody representing you in a real estate transaction, is making sure that they are solution oriented, because at the end of the day, the client, their goal is to get that property. And my goal as your agent is to make sure I get you to the closing table. So we have to overcome whatever hurdles come to get you to the closing table. So Those are three of the most important, and I mean, I could go on and on and on, but when you're thinking of buying a property, please make sure you talk to a professional, to a real estate agent, because they can make this process so much easier for you, and they can protect you, and they can save you money. So please, 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 please get in touch with a real estate agent. If you're thinking of buying and you want to get in touch with me, get in touch with me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. All right? Hopefully this helps.